podcast brought by Smarty Cat Productions and HMB Media. Filming at the Bowerham Hotel in Lancaster. We've got Supersonic Kicks.
Hey!
5-piece band. Big up lads. We've got Joe, Jack, Matt, Craig and Matt. So two Matts, yeah. Matt number 1, Matt number 2.
Definitely.
So the first thing we're going to ask you lads is, how did you all get together to become Supersonic Kicks?
Bit of a long story, isn't it? We've got a couple of hours.
Well, 20 years ago now, me and Craig were in a band called Natural Thing for 20 plus years. And then, cut a long story short, 2 lads left. And then previous to that, we'd met Matt at open mic night, I think, or something like that. So
I filled in for one of them.
Yeah, one lad.
That's an open mic night.
Yeah, we were just in there, and one of the lads had took a break, so we recruited Matt. I think it was to go on the bass guitar at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then the lad who was playing the lead guitar, he left, and the original bass, it's confusing, but he joined. Yeah, then you went on the lead guitar, so we were together like that for ages. And then I left for, I just needed a break, so I left, and then these guys carried on as a 3-piece with another guy.
Yeah.
Sonic Kicks.
Yeah, and then basically Matt rung me up 18 months ago, said look, I want to get this band together. I know a guy, Jack, who plays the keyboards, Jack, and we want to try something different, some new stuff, so it's sort of come together like that. We met at Matt's house, started with
Joe before.
I met Matt through the same open mic.
The same open mic night. Where was that at?
Golden Lion.
Golden Lion.
Yeah, on the lane.
Every Tuesday.
Golden shower.
Every Tuesday. What sort of music do you play then?
Well,
Bit of everything, or is it certain eras, or?
I mean, we're one of these bands that we're not. We like to play what we like to play. It's not a case of like, someone's going to come up and say, do you do any Kaja Goo Goo, mate? No,
Tina Turner.
No, mate, I don't. So we do like what we like. We're into like the mod era, like 60s, like psychedelia sort of music. So we play like we like the Doors and the Who and stuff like that.
Like the 90s stuff as well.
Yeah,
That's our era, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah.
Oasis and all that stuff.
So instrument-wise, start with yourself, Matt.
I play lead guitar in this band. I play bass and drums.
So you're lead guitar,
Harmonica, drums, bass, violin,
cock.
That's not
Craig, yourself, you're drummer, and Matty,
I sing.
you're the lead singer then.
I sing and play a mean tambourine.
Do any of you use as like a backing singers or anything like that? Yeah. And yourself, Jack?
Keys.
You're on the keyboard, everything, yeah.
House keys.
yeah,
And
band
Joe?
keys.
Your bass guitar, Joe, yeah. Okay, well, going from that point on, starting this way now, Jack, what was your musical influence? What sort of inspired you to become a musician, if you will?
A lot of progressive rock, so ALP, Genesis, Floyd, that kind of stuff.
Genesis, Floyd, yeah.
All the keys heavy kind of rock, then further back, like Small Faces, The Who, all that kind of thing.
Rod Stewart and the Faces.
Yeah, Rod Stewart and the Faces, and solo as well.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, yeah. Good man. And yourself, Joe?
Yeah, I'd say the Who.
Same sort of vibe with that, yeah. Matty, yourself?
I'm into all sorts of stuff and things like when I was younger, I was like really into hip hop and stuff. I really like Public Enemy and stuff like that, and that was sort of
You've got a big gold chain
straight out of
clock and that.
Yeah, I like the old electro albums and stuff like that from the early
Gold
days.
too.
But even before that, my brother, who's older than me, I was brought up with like Specials and the ska movement and stuff like that. But then he got into like the Stone Roses in the late 80s, and that sort of changed my perception of music. That was what made me want to be in a band. I was in like Ian Brown when I was like 14, and I was thinking, I want to do that.
You want to do that, yeah.
I want to have a go at that, and that's how that's when I joined the band at school and stuff, and that's when I got into it. And then through listening to the Roses, that's where I got into I started going back to seeing what their influences were, and that's when I got into like the Byrds and the Who and like the Doors and stuff, and that's like my influences. That's where it sort of comes from. I draw like inspiration off that sort of thing.
Craig?
Pretty similar really. We're growing up with him at school, we always just got out of yours, didn't we? Listen to music. And I wasn't into the hip hop sort of thing, but the Who, all that sort of thing. Oasis, the Doors.
Yeah, so going back from...
To get into a drummer, I used to listen to Guns N' Roses, all the heavy stuff as well.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, all the heavy stuff.
Fantastic band.
Long hair. I used to have long hair, yeah.
Did you?
Big clock on.
He's got a big beard now, yeah.
Yeah, just...
And Matty yourself, was it a similar story, or?
Yeah, I started as a kid, like mate at school, started writing songs, and for me, bands influenced the Beatles massively, and then all sorts from Jimi Hendrix to Zeppelin to the Who to a lot of 60s stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember at school in the 80s, like almost getting mocked by everyone for liking all these older bands because they were on Spandau Ballet.
Been there myself, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and I was, then I remember like when the 90s came, and obviously you got like everything going back, looking back at the 60s, and like all the bands coming through and stuff. All these mates going, oh, you were right, we were wrong, and all this. Like,
yeah.
It just all sort of changed. But yeah, I've always been into like guitar bands. Really.
That rings true with me because I'm a massive Stones fan.
Yeah,
and the Doors, you say, Jim Morrison, and Queen as well.
It's all good,
it's slightly different, but
yeah. I mean, the guy I first started writing songs with, he was massively into Queen.
Yeah,
and I liked it, but he liked we had some other similar connections.
Yeah,
I've seen you over inside cabins out on that.
Yeah,
singing I Want to Break
Free. It's a kind of magic, I want to break free. Yeah, it wasn't a kind of magic, it was shy. So what we're playing tonight then? As you've said before, just a little bit eclectic mix of
Bit of a mixed bag in it.
Very quietly in here.
Yeah, try and keep the volume down as much as we can.
Can't let go in here.
Turn it up
But
for
we
a while.
can.
We want it.
We can't move in over here.
Half a dozen pints later, it might
But there's no point turning up. There's no point turning up to a gig like this and just playing it and say practice it as you would.
Well, a lot of the stuff we play is quite sort of hard impact, if you know what I mean. It's not. It's hard rock. It's modern. You know what I mean? It's not designed to be quiet. It's designed to.
So we've got to tinker around like you did it on Rover tins and all that, and on chair. You're too loud.
I don't think that'll happen tonight, though, because you know what I mean.
Well, best of luck tonight, lads. Hope the gig goes well. Absolutely fantastic. Cheers, pal. Thank you, sir.
Cheers, John. Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
See you around, John.
Brilliant, lads.
Cheers, John. Next week.
It's not a boxing match, is it?
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm, into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone and after ride alone. Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. His brain is swerving like a toad. Tequila holiday. Hello.
Like Wembley.
Why should I care? Why should I care? Girls are 15, sexually going, the answers are different, holding slowly, the TikToks are selected, 7%, pretty girl, digging, pretty young woman, magically born, on a quiet street corner, fleeing from frustration, in our minds and our souls, quiet storm water, from the modern generation, uppers and downers, either way, not known. Inside, outside, leave me alone. Inside, outside, nowhere is home. Inside, outside, where have I been? Out of my brain on the phone. Out of my brain on the train. Out of my brain on the train. A rocket of worry, slowly sinking, back on the lorry, only hitching, carefully sorry, I'm struggling, wanting the war, the big heat and time, in the glittering ballroom, crazy outrageous, in my high-heel shoes, quality of gun, no one is showing, quality of static, and the heroes are you. Inside, outside, leave me alone. Inside, outside, nowhere is home. Inside, outside, where have I been? Out of my brain on the phone. Out of my brain on the train. Out of my brain on the train, on the train. Wow, wow, in my brain. Out of my brain on the train. Here it comes. Out of my brain on the train. On the train, on the train. Wow, I'm out of my brain. Why should I care? Why should I care? Thank you. Thank you. We're going to do a bit of a medley. This one's By the Doors. This one's Alabama song. Into Backdoor Man. Thank you. Goes nothing like this. Won't show me the way to the boss, we ain't got long to go. No. Hey. reach your park and be inside.